What up, YouTube? I was tagged to do a questions video by Whisper Deeply, and he created what he's calling the nerd tag, and he's come up with 26 questions. So I'm gonna go ahead and do these. I'm still uploading on my phone, and I have a 15-minute limit, so I'll probably make this a two-part so I can get a little more in depth again, and we won't have to rush through these. So the first part is if you have glasses, wear them. I do wear contacts, and I have frames. However, I stepped on them maybe 2 months ago, and they've been a little obliterated. So, still want to do that, but we're going to use sunglasses. So, okay. First one is Kirk or Picard. Now, if I can see through these, I grew up watching Star Trek Next Generation, and really did actually enjoy that show. I've obviously seen the original Star Trek, and I'm a fan of that as well. I'm not a big fan of Captain Kirk, I guess. I was more into Spock and the other ones, but I don't know if that's maybe partially due to William Shatner and where he's kind of gone now. I feel like it's so dark in here right now. William Shatner and where he's gone, as far as with his commercials, and he's always on roasts, celebrity roasts. So maybe I'm a little jaded by, seeing him now, and that kind of takes away from that for me. But I never really have been a Kirk fan, I guess. Maybe even before that, so. I do like Jean-Luc, and I was a big fan of that show. I really probably was a bigger fan of LeVar Burton's character on there, just because I liked him from Reading Rainbow was like my show when I was little, and I kind of got into, actually, I think, Star Trek Next Generation because he was in the cast, so we're going to go Picard. Warrior, thief, or wizard? Probably have to go warrior, just because I'm kind of an angry, aggressive person at times, so I don't know if a thief or a wizard would really suit me, so that's pretty simple for me, warrior. Favorite subject in school? I did actually like most of my subjects in school, even math. I'm not a big math person. I do get the concepts, and I just get lazy as far as math goes, I think. But as far as my favorite, probably would be history, just because I really enjoy, God, it's so dark in here. I don't know, it just looks so freaking dark, so that's my bad for wearing sunglasses, but whatever. History, probably my favorite subject, just because I enjoy, all the past civilizations and learning about them, and the rise and fall of certain empires, and just the whole world, not just American history, but also world history. So, yeah, history, probably. English, not far, English or literature, because I do enjoy to read too, but probably history, I'd say, overall. Number 4. What would your Patronus be? And I'm guessing the Patronus is like in the Harry Potter movies, where it's a animal that symbolizes you, basically, your persona or whatever. Well, that's a tough one, because there's a lot of good animals out there, I guess, that I would think personify me. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, maybe like a tiger. I don't know. I'm from Michigan, maybe, and that's why I think of tiger right off the bat, because of a baseball team. But maybe a tiger. I don't know. That's it's kind of a weird one for me. I mean, I would like to say like a Rottweiler, maybe, just because I'm kind of, again, aggressive at times, and can be stubborn. And I think, all the Rottweilers that I've been in contact with have similar dispositions. Um, but I would say, I don't know, I'm gonna say a tiger just because that was the first one that came to my mind. So I'll say a tiger. I'm just kind of, I don't know. I don't really know how to explain why I would be a tiger. It's just, I would think if I wanted to be, if an animal were to personify me, it would be a tiger. So that's kind of a lame answer, but I don't know. I can't really delve really deep into that right now, I guess. Um, 5, favorite superhero. I've always been a big Wolverine fan. Incredible Hulk too. But Batman, I guess, as well. If I had to pick one, I would probably pick Wolverine, just because I ended up catching him in the comic books, and I was kind of a big comic book fan when I was younger, and he was one of my favorite characters. And then when the movies came out, all the X-Men movies, and it kind of, added to that, I guess. So, yeah, I'd probably say Wolverine, I guess. Number 6, Star Trek or Star Wars. Like I said, I'm not a huge Star Trek fan. I did watch it when I was younger, the Next Generations, but I've always been a big Star Wars fan. So probably Star Wars, hands down. I just like the characters better, and it's just more, I don't want to say fantasy to it, but there's more, I don't know, believable fantasy, if that makes sense, in my mind at least. So, yeah, I guess, Star Wars, I mean, you can't go wrong with Chewbacca and R2-D2 and all those guys, Jabba the Hutt even. Plus there's some great actors in there. Harrison Ford obviously went on to do great things. George Lucas, I think, is a brilliant director, creator, whatever you want to call him. So, yeah, definitely Star Wars. Marvel or DC? I'm pretty sure that Marvel is Wolverine and the Hulk, from what I remember. I think it is, and I think DC is more, like the Batman and those guys, Superman, whatever. But I think Marvel is, Stan Lee, which I'm a big fan of Stan Lee, and he's had just a crazy cast of characters that he's created. So I would definitely say Marvel, just because of the Wolverine factor, the Hulk factor, Stan Lee factor. So we'll go Marvel. Number 8. In what unsports-related way do you keep in shape? Well, I do enjoy working out a lot. I do lift, I run, I do all that stuff. I do enjoy playing sports also, but I guess if it's unrelated sports, I guess, I do work out, so I guess that's the way I have to go. I don't know what other things I could use there other than working out. I don't, running, jogging. So yeah, we'll go with working out. What is your dream career choice? When I was little, I was one of those kids that wanted to be like a fireman, and I was just kind of like, that's what I want to be, all this other stuff. And obviously didn't turn out that way. I still would like to volunteer as a fireman when I get time, if that ever happens. But I guess right now, if I had to pick a dream career, it would probably be something to do with sports journalism. I'm a big sports junkie, and I enjoy just talking about sports and everything like that. So I'd probably say some sort of journalist, sports journalist. Um, Number 10, favorite video game. I used to be a big gamer when I was younger, and I've gotten away from that just tremendously. So right now, I basically only play like Madden. I play a little Call of Duty here and there, but I don't really play video games anymore. When I was younger, I was more, obviously way younger, I was more of like a Mario, a huge Tetris fan. Still to this day, I guess I should throw Tetris in there too. But yeah, not so much anymore. I'm not really a video game dude anymore. So we'll just say Madden because that's what I play the most. Madden and Tetris, I guess. Favorite author. I do, like I said, enjoy reading more, either like true crime or fiction that tends to be like crime related or mystery or something like that. My all-time favorite author, just because of his brilliant and twisted mind that he has, is Chuck Palahniuk. And if you guys have ever read any of his works, it's just crazy, and he's just a great author, I think. I'm also a big fan of Stephen King. Ray Bradbury is another favorite of mine, but again, more along the lines of like a thriller or a crime, true crime or something like that. I tend to like more of those. So, favorite indie band. I'm not really into indie that much anymore. Again, it seems like my patterns have changed a lot in the last couple of years. A couple of years ago, though, I was really big into indie, and it seems really bright off the computer screen, so I don't know if that's going to be aggravating. I should just do it like this. Alright, we'll try that. Anyway, I wasn't big into the indie scene anymore, but I know a couple years ago, I was a huge fan of both Sponge, just because they're from the Detroit area, and Arctic Monkeys. I'm a big fan of theirs too, so they're kind of indie. They weren't, mainstream, but they've got quite a cult following, both bands, so I would say either one of them. Nerdiest thing about yourself. I don't know, I guess I'm not really super, nerdy. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of stuff I do can be considered nerdy. It's kind of hard for me to say something's nerdy. I really don't like to judge people and put them in, a certain box and say, oh, he's a nerd, he's a jock, he's this, he's that. I don't really like to do that. So I'm sure a lot of the stuff I do is nerdy. I think I have a really off-kilter sense of humor, and it's probably considered nerdy by a lot of people, but I mean, that's just who I am. So I would say my whole personality is probably nerdy. So I'll try to get one more in here before we cut this. Nerdiest movie in your collection. I got a lot of movies in my collection, so I mean, again, to classify as nerdy, I don't know. I guess typically, a good movie would be Napoleon Dynamite, just because he's nerdy. Your typical nerdy person that most people would classify. But I just think it's a funny movie, so I guess to pick one without going on and on, I would probably pick that. But it's a great movie, funny movie, but he is nerdy, so I guess technically it's my nerdy movie. Okay, so I'm at 14 minutes. Sorry, I gotta cut this into two, like I said. And I will see you guys on the other side.